On the Davis and Dennis show tonight, we uncover a conspiracy behind Tanacon that Shane Dawson left out. Dennis wears a homeless guy's sweater, and Davis makes some awkward eye contact. Hi guys, and welcome back to the Davis and Dennis show. Apparently our intros are way too long, so let's just get to Drama Explained. Hi all, and welcome to an explosive Drama Explained. It's so explosive that we've decided to change the order of this week's segments to maximize our viewage potential. Indeed, because new information has arisen that places Shane Dawson's three-part Tanacon series on somewhat shakier ground. Somewhat shakier ground? That's a nice way to put it, I suppose, Davis. Well, after wondering what Shane Dawson decided to overlook in his three-part documentary series, I have discovered an exciting trail of conspiracy and lies that Shane either decided to ignore or thought was too scandalous to include. In this video, we're going to be asking three main questions. Does Michael Weist actually own Veeps, the ticketing company that's allegedly holding the money ransom? Did Michael and Tana purposely orchestrate a massive queue and overcapacity for their own entertainment? And has Michael had difficulties with clients in the past? If they are true, these revelations, well, would make quite the revelation. But just to refresh everyone's memories, let's take a look at what happened at Tanacon and what Shane's videos unveiled. So the story begins at VidCon 2016 and 17 when Tana Mongeau was allegedly promised by VidCon's executives that she would be a feature creator. On both occasions, her feature creator status was revoked, even though she would be appearing in a number of talks and events at VidCon. Hank Green, who was CEO of VidCon up until 2017, admitted in a recent statement that not making her a feature creator was a bad call. If we were going to have her doing content, she should have been a feature creator. We were being conservative because of some things that Tana had done and said in the past, but we should have either had her there or not that shitty in between thing. Well, to be honest, with multiple scandals Tana had in the past, most notably over saying the N-word and pleading ignorance about it, making a somewhat distasteful storytime video that contains footage of a dead body that she found and claiming that had ruined her day.
Filming the whole thing, I'm going to insert all of that right now. This would only happen to us. Only we would want to have a nice beach day and then have to save a dead.
Hank didn't make the worst of calls. Yep, that would certainly ruin my day. But what she did at VidCon 2017 was what angered people even more. She decided to proceed onto the populated convention floor, which caused a massive and dangerous stampede that caused her having to be escorted out. Yikes! In a 90-minute rant about the situation, Tana somehow comes to the conclusion that it was the lack of a feature creator pass that was the cause of the stampede and not from her ill-advised actions. And it was from this spite that Tanacon was born. Polygon called Tanacon a fuck you convention that all the traditional markings of a Thursday convention, a distinct lack of organisation, ebbed and flowed throughout the event, and an amateurish vibe. But what transpired would make even DashCon look like heaven on earth. With only space for 1,000 people inside the hall that was booked for the event, the venue went from feeling eerily empty and free of things to do at first to, well, this. Apart from the astronomically expensive merch and creators walking around the halls providing selfies to fans, there was little to do. So attendees quickly started walking the halls of the hotel venue where they weren't supposed to be. With the line growing quickly in size to an estimated 4,000 to 5,000 and not the earlier reported 20,000, there simply was no room for the guests to enter. And so the event was cancelled after the first day, end of story. Except not. You see, Shane Dawson saw a number of holes in the story and decided to investigate further in a 3-part vlog verging on documentary series. In the concluding episode, it was unveiled that Michael Weist, the 21-year-old CEO of Goodtimes Live, the company that organized the event, was a CEO in name only, as the company largely only consisted of him and a few interns. Not only that, but he had also falsely assured Tana that everything was going okay. Tana was not free from accusations either, as she was at Hawaii immediately before the event with Bellathorn, and also decided to go to the Studio 71 party the night of the disastrous opening day instead of helping out with the ongoing crisis. With 5,108 VIP tickets and only 250 free tickets sold, it was clear that the 1,000 capacity venue was not going to be enough. Furthermore, it transpired that Mike had signed a disadvantageous contract with a ticketing company, Veeps, where in the event of refunds being required, it would be Goodtimes who would be responsible. Michael said that it would mean he'll be losing his house. Yikes. Yikes indeed. But wait until you wrap your head around this. So from the documentary, it seems that Michael is a pretty shady guy. I mean, sure, he looks like a bad Tyler Oakley impersonator, but his lack of eye contact and constant text messaging certainly doesn't help. But do you know what? He was also accused of sexual assault. What? Yep, in November 2017, Musical.ly and YouTube star Bryce Hall, who was managed by Goodtimes, Twitter was hacked. While this unfortunately is a common occurrence, when he posted on his backup profile, he made a number of alarming allegations. Firstly, he showed the evidence that he was hacked by someone using a Goodtimes Live business email account, claimed that it was someone who was only 21 years old and also a manager who touches their clients in ways they don't want to be touched. As practically the only employee of Goodtimes, Michael Weist immediately seems like not only the obvious candidate, but the only candidate. Yikes, so it wouldn't exactly be a surprise to anybody if he was a bit of a scammer as well. Yeah. Daisy Taunt from Reddit, in fact, has a theory. The creation of Veeps, having Tanacon rely on the company, and having the event failing was all part of Michael's master plan. Yep, according to the post, Michael repeatedly makes the point that he would lose his house from the disadvantageous contract that he signed with Veeps, a company that was only created 3 months ago, with a website that looks suspiciously like Goodtimes', where Veeps would take the $325,000 on the occasion if everything were to go wrong. Michael would be on the hook to repay the attendees. We must stress that it was also 3 months ago where the rumours surrounding Tanacon began to be speculated about. Not only that, but the CEO of Veeps, Sherry Seedy, who removed her role from her LinkedIn page moments after Tanacon happened, was mutually following Michael on Twitter, which raises the question of them possibly knowing each other before the project began, and when he had signed such an obviously disadvantageous contract with a new and unknown company. It is possible that Veeps, being a Michael Weist company, really all that far off, a place where he could keep his money safe. Yikes, and if that wasn't dodgy enough, remember this clip from Shane's first video.
I don't have it saved anymore, but as soon as I tried to go back and find those tickets, I had the tab saved, and I refreshed the page, and it literally said, page not found. It said like organization or page linked to scams. Like, that's exactly what it said. I'm not even joking, I'm not exaggerating that, I mean dead serious.
The browser literally said that Veeps was a scam. Well, you may be asking, why is Michael losing his house? Surely he wouldn't be responsible for paying all of the $325,000, right? Well, that's what it would seem from the FAQ section of the Veeps website, where they claim to take a maximum of 15% of the proceeds, or about $50,000, which, unless you live in Detroit, certainly isn't the price of a house. So in order to lose his house from this event, he must be owing the attendees $300,000, therefore must have at least some involvement with Veeps. But if his scheme is to go right, he would claim to have no money from Goodtimes, go bankrupt, and then have a nice 300 grand still waiting for him with Veeps. That sounds sound. We should try it. Imagine the Davis and Dennis con. We're here to con you. Okay then, Dennis, you can organize that one. And finally, if we rewatch this clip from Shane's video,
I have it set at 5,200 right now.
I love that for us.
So I feel like 5,200 is a good number.
It would be really, really cool too to have people like outside waiting to get in. Like people love to be oppressed outside.
Yes.
They're just like, I waited in the rain. Like they love that shit. I love that shit.
You can clearly see that Tana and Michael clearly know that the venue can only hold 1,000 people. In fact, Tana actually claims that it is fun and exciting to wait in line for hours. Why didn't Shane comment about this? Well, in a now deleted tweet, he says that he had spoken to Tana about it before he put in the video and she claimed that she was just kidding and meant more like waiting to get to a concert and building anticipation. I mean, really, let's replay the clip.
Like people love to be oppressed outside.
Yes.
They're just like, I waited in the rain. Like they love that shit. I love that shit.
Did it really sound like a joke to you? It sounded to me like she didn't care at all about the experience of the attendees at all. Is Shane being manipulated by Tana just like how some say he was manipulated by Bobby Burns? You guys tell us. Once again, I'd like to thank Daisy Taunt on Reddit for the theory, and if you'd like to see us return to our less speculative content, we'll see you guys for a more normal Drama Explained next week. See you guys back in the studio! Wow, I hope that you guys enjoyed our much more efficient format of the show. If the elimination of all of our unnecessary babble at the beginning of the video didn't improve our watch time, then absolutely nothing would. Indeed, comment below if you made it to the end of the video because that's a rare occurrence. Like and subscribe and yeah, everything. Do the rest. For tomorrow's video, we have an exciting edition of the internet news, which is usually today's video. Yeah, definitely put on your notification for that. And on that note, toodaloo. See you guys tomorrow.